hello there. Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Yogi Hamm. Look at my hair. What is that doing? What is that hair doing? I can't get it to do nothing unless I use a crap ton of gel in there. Man, let it set up like concrete. Look at that. Look what that does. Where my head at? It's right there. It's right there in front of me. I don't understand how that keeps happening. I keep letting my brain. I don't get it. I don't get my brain. I'm gonna have to do a whole show about just that, cause it's I don't trust it no more. I don't know what's going. To the point, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But tonight I'm gonna do a real life scary story that really happened to me and one of my old buddies from around my senior year. He was already graduated, but I started running around with him, and we was hanging out, and he had his school car. I can't remember if it was a Trans Am, like a Rally Sport or something like that, a Camaro, or if it was a Pontiac, it was Firebird. I can't remember which one. It had T-tops, and it was maroon. It was a good looking car. But me and him was driving around one night, and it was about 2, 3 in the morning. Everybody's already gone home, so we did another tour around and just listened to music. I'm gonna tell you, I know exactly what we was listening to, too. It was probably that damn April Wine, that album Harder, Faster got I Like to Rock on it. Say hello. Lady, something about that lady. Lorelei. Yeah, that's a good damn album right there. Only one on it I didn't really care for was 21st Century Schizoid Man. That's a remake. That's a cover of something. I don't know if I ever really heard the original, but I didn't really like that song too much. But I didn't hate it. It didn't ruin the album for me. Like some bands do. But I don't know. We was probably listening to that. And then, so, he was driving me back to my town. And we was coming up a main road into town like that, and there's a road that veers off. There's a road that veers off to the right and then curves a little bit and then runs parallel with the main road. Not exactly parallel, because it's kind of going more to the right, but not perfectly parallel, but more going away a little bit at a time, right? You know what I'm saying? That road barely used. That road was like from the 1900, and I mean like 1901 or 2 or something like that. And there's a bunch of houses built back on that ridge in the olden times, but there's only one house left on that whole road, and it's a whole beat up, it's abandoned long time ago, and it became a house like in the neighborhood, you kids. You walk by it and everybody's like, you go first, no, you go. And then you both go, but you looking and your buddy getting ready to try to scare you. But you're scared something going to come out that house too. That's a double whammy if your friend gets you and then the thing in the house gets you. I don't even seem fair to me. I don't understand how that could happen. But anyhow, that house, I've been in there on a dare one night. We was all just walking around. There was a bridge, big old, nasty old bridge that they finally condemned it. Like after I graduated high school, sometime after that, they condemned it and built a new one there. But in that road where this one old dilapidated house from the early 1900s, or maybe even the late 1800s, I don't know, that was an old ass house. And I went in there. I had me a flashlight and they dared me to go in. And one guy had been before and it was my turn. And I took a flashlight and I went in there. And some of the furniture was left, and it was old-timey furniture. And I went up, and I had to go upstairs into the front bedroom and shine my light out so they know I really went up there. And when I turned to leave, and my light hit this chest of drawers, and I went over there and I opened the top one. It was a little bit open anyway, and as I'm opening, I was afraid there's gonna be a big old spider in there. Speaking of, I don't know if that one's dead or not. I ain't seen him, but I never saw him before that either. So I don't know, man. I don't know if that bug bomb got him. Anyhow, so. But I opened that drawer, and there's these old photographs in there, and they was them old, they weren't black and white, they was like brown and tan and white. They was old and kind of yellowed, but everybody in them pictures was like this. And I'm like, damn, smile a little bit when you're getting your damn picture took. Smile a little bit, or at least don't look like you damn getting ready to release that device to take over the world, evil criminal, mastermind, villain. I don't know. But, so anyhow, I was about to take some of them pictures, and then something said, don't do that. No, don't take nothing from here and take it with you. Leave it right here. And I thought, okay, I better do that. So I come out, and them fellers was gone. But anyway, me and my buddy Jimmy and his Pontiac Trans Am Camaro, I don't know which it was. But we're out riding around, and I said, take a long way around. Let's listen to whatever we was listening to. I'm sure it was April 1, no. But so we're driving. There we go. We're driving like that down the road. And I said, there's a house up here. Remember, have you ever seen that? He goes, I've been drove by. And I said, stop out here. And we stopped right there in front of that old house. And I was leaning on the passenger side of the car looking at him over there. And then I had my back to the house. And we was talking. And I was telling him, yeah, I went in there, and I was telling him about how when I went in there, and I got a poster. I found a poster rolled up in there. So somebody else had been, I think they were trying to make it a haunted house during Halloween. They was trying to make it into their own haunted house, put some stuff up, and then the city said, nuh-uh, that place, you can't have people in there. That place about to fall apart. Anyhow, so they didn't do it, but I found that poster in there, and it's, in fact, it's a werewolf thing, and it's going like that. And he's mad about something that's like a half werewolf, half gorilla looking thing. But I found that in there. I still got it. It's in one that, those tubes you put them in to protect them. It's in one of them right now. My third wife, one of them wives that left me, told me, you ought to get that frame. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But I haven't. But anyhow, we're sitting there, and I'm talking to him. I'm going, yes, we're in there, saw that. That's where that poster come from, blah, blah, blah. And then way over there, like if I was looking at the house right there, over there is where the ridge started, because the backyard of that house sloped up, and then it went up into the ridge. So you had no backyard, but your backyard was the damn ridge. And we'd always heard, Dave's always said, because there's a creek running nearby there, and they said there is this, and I can't tell you the name of the creek, because then you figured out where mud, I can't have that. I told y'all before I can't have that. But, so there was a legend of the so-and-so creek monster. How people had seen it, and most of the sightings were about near that bridge I was telling you about that we played on. We went fishing right beside that thing 1,000 times. We walked the railings back and forth from side to side 1,000 times. But, so he had so we're talking, and he kind of looked that way. And that's when I heard something like crunching through the leaves. Now, leaves sound when you walk through a yard full of leaves, how it sounds like when you're walking. We heard that. And I looked back up like that, and I looked at him, and he's looking over there, so we just looked up there for a minute. And I turned back at him like this, and I said, hey, did you hear that? He's like, yeah, it sounded like something walking through the leaves. And I was about to go, I wonder what that is, but I got like to hour one. All of a sudden, you know how it sounds when leaves on the ground, somebody's running through them? That's what started happening. We started hearing this running through the leaves and branches and shit. And I looked like this. And I looked at him, and right when I was about to say, let's get out of here, right when I was about to say, whatever that was coming down the ridge, it roared like a roar. Like that or something, I don't know. I can't even get close. But that's as close as I can get to what it did. And we were both like, oh my God. And so I went to get in, but when Jimmy had locked it, he'd locked the thing when somehow, so I had to wait for him to unlock his, get in, reach over and unlock mine, and I'm looking like this going, Jimmy, hurry up, Jimmy, hurry up, Jimmy, hurry up, like that. And whatever it was still, you could hear it coming. And then that door unlocked, and I shut it, boom. And when we took off, boy, we took off down the road. He pulled into my driveway, and we both just sitting there like we just run there is what we sound like, because our breathing was all crazy. We both just like, holy crap, did you hear that? Yes, I did hear that. What was that? I don't know. Was it the so-and-so creek monster, you think? No. You think he's like a Puma? He said probably not around here, no. But it could have been a bobcat or a wildcat or cougar. Could have been a cougar up there. That was, whoa. Could have been something else too, though, couldn't it? I think it could. I don't know. Maybe. You can't sit there and say, no, it wasn't no kind of monster, because you don't know what it was. You ain't the master of knowing every creature in the earth. Tell me it ain't. I don't know what it was. It could have very well been a Puma. No. What was it? A bobcat. Could have been a bobcat. Could have been a damn mountain lion up there, I guess, a cougar or something. I don't know. But that's what happened. And boy, I'm going to tell you something else. I didn't go down that road for a couple of decades. And they wiped that house down and then put a good road through there and sold off some lots, and there's some nice houses from what I understand. And then but it ain't a back road, country road no more. It's all nice road and nice houses and stuff. And it just kind of, I don't know, but I don't go down there. I don't. I ain't got no reason. I remember that very vividly. Jimmy, if you happen to see this out there, I won't have a lot of contact with you, brother. I'm sorry about that, but I'll try to do better. But anyway, remember that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how I remember it, so I think that's exactly how it happened. If you remember different, Jimmy, you see this, put it in the comments, let me know. I'll do it. I'll do a retraction. So, ancient something chamber. It ain't funny to be that That's embarrassing is what that is. Oh, they should put a breathalyzer on this phone. The song I want you to go hear is called Ancient Golden Star. Ancient, like old. Golden, like not silver. Star, like, you know what that is. You know what that is. Ancient Golden Star. And who's it by? Well, it's by Dangermuffin. Of course it is. You should have known that. Dangermuffin. Ancient Golden Star. Go listen to that. And don't drive down them back country roads and get out just to hang out and talk at a scary place, because crap could come. Even if it's just a bobcat, that could still tear you up. Alright. Put something in the comments if you want to. If you don't, then don't. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.